Most clinics believe they have a marketing problem. Not enough leads, not enough inquiries, not enough new patients. But after working closely with clinics across different markets, I realized something deeper. Most clinics don't have a patient problem, they have a patient flow problem. Until that distinction becomes clear, growth will always feel random and stressful and unpredictable. Today, I want to show you something most clinics and even most marketers never truly understand: how predictable clinics actually acquire patients. Not through tactics, not through luck, but through a system. I call it the patient flow engine. Stick with me. I just want to touch on the main problem for a second. The clinic industry has been taught to think into fragments: run ads, post on Instagram, improve branding, generate more leads. Each piece sounds logical, but together they create a confusion, not growth. Because none of these answers the real question: where do patients actually come from? Most clinics are chasing activity instead of engineering flow. Like they measure leads, the clicks, or the impressions. And I don't think you should be chasing those metrics if you want patient and consultations. What they truly need is predictable patient demand, stable consultation flow, and the controlled growth. And this is where most clinics unknowingly struggle. They are obviously doing marketing without a patient acquisition system. And I want to tell you that trustable patient consultations or inquiries do not come from ads. Let me say that again. Patients do not come from ads. Ads actually create attention, and the attention creates awareness, and the awareness creates consideration in our patients' minds. And but patients only come when a structured flow converts trust into treatment. And here's the truth most people miss: growth in clinics is not driven by marketing activity. Growth is driven by how well a clinic converts attention into treated patients. Some clinics get many leads but unstable growth. I have seen that a ton of times. And some get fewer leads but consistent patient consultations. Why? Because one does the marketing and the other one has a patient flow engine. I want you to pause for a second and just think: if your ads stop tomorrow, would your patient flow collapse or continue? The answer reveals whether you have marketing or a system. Let's just step back and look at how patients actually behave. A patient does not wake up and immediately book treatment. It is a psychological decision and journey. Awareness of concern, then exposure to possible solutions, and then he might go on Google and evaluate of trust and safety. Okay, then emotional readiness, then comes timing and urgency, and then comes the action. Most clinics only focus on the last step, booking. They are very eager to get patients, and they are not actually helping the patients the right way. But a patient acquisition begins long before that. This creates an invisible pipeline most clinics don't see. And where there is a pipeline, there must be a flow. That totally makes sense. Not spikes, not bursts, actual flow. Predictable clinics understand this deeply. They don't chase patients. They don't chase patients. They engineer movement, a flow, and the movement from stranger to inquirer to consultation to treated patient to returning patient to referral source. And this movement does not happen randomly. It is produced by a mechanism. Let's just end up this talk and I'll want you show a simple but powerful model. I call it the patient flow engine. Predictable clinics operate across 6 connected stages. Yes, actually 6 stages for a patient to consultation. Not separately as a one system. Stage 1: attention. Patients must first discover you. They must see that you are on the social media or you are available or you are as a good option for their treatment. But attention alone is unstable and easily lost. Most clinics stop here running ads, posting content, and boosting visibility. But attention without structure creates just noise, not growth. And the stage two, trust formation. In healthcare, trust is not optional, it's the currency of decision making. Patient asks silently, is this clinic safe? Are they experienced? Can I trust them with my body? If this trust is weak, patients delay, they compare to your competitors or disappear at all. Patients do not choose the best clinic, they choose the clinic that feels safest. And stage 3 is the inquiry, when the patient actually asks you for a consultation. Only after trust reaches a threshold does a patient reach out. But here, many clinics make a major mistake. They celebrate leads without understanding the lead quality. And that's the main thing I think you should be focusing on. Not all inquiries are equal, not at all. Please, some are just curious, some are price sensitive, and some are serious and ready. I call them consultation ready patients. Predictable clinics do not chase volume, they chase quality, they chase serious patients, serious customers. Stage 4 is the conversion. This is where most clinics leak growth. Yes, actually, they leak right when they are about to make money. A patient showed interest, but interest is fragile. Conversion depends on consultation structure, clarity of communication from your team, yeah, obviously, the risk reduction, and the emotional reassurance. Without a strong conversion process, patient flow breaks. Without a strong conversion process, patient flow just breaks. Stage 5 is the treatment, the actual delivery of your service. Only now does the patient becomes revenue. But here's another overlooked truth. Treatment is not end of acquisition. It is the center of it. Yes, you heard it right. It is the center when you start making money from the patient. Experience determines retention, reviews, referrals, and reputation, which feeds the entire engine again and again. And the patients never visit humans for the aesthetic clinics and the beauty spas and the lasers and the body treatments. They keep coming back, and that's where actual revenue is made. Stage 6 comes to be the retention and referral loop. The most predictable clinics do not depend only on new patients. What they do is they build returning patients and word of mouth flow. This person says, hey, I got my Botox or my clinics or my hair or my transplant done from this XYZ clinic, and they did a pretty good job. That becomes the word of mouth flow. Okay. Then comes the reputation management. At this stage, growth compounds. The strongest patient acquisition system is not built on advertising, not at all. Please. It is built on patient experience multiplied over time again and again. Now, the question is not how do we get more leads? The real question becomes where is our patient flow engine weak? Strategic clinic think differently. Instead of asking should we run ads, you should we post more content, they ask are we attracting the right patient? Is our trust formation strong enough? Or are inquiries converting into consultations? Or are consultations are converting into treatments? Are treatments coming back? Is our experience generating referrals? And is our demand stable or fragile? Because predictable growth is not about doing more, it's about removing friction from patient movement. Let me just go deeper on it. Unpredictable clinic operates in spikes. Good month, slow month, panic, push ads, repeat. And this cycle goes again and again and again. But predictable clinics operate in flow, stable demand, controlled growth, calm decision making. Why? Because they do not rely on tactics, they rely on a structure. Marketing just creates opportunity. Systems create predictability. And predictable demand is what gives a clinic confidence, stability, and actual growth. So, let me just point it up. If there's one idea I want you to leave with, it is this: patient acquisition is not about getting attention, it is about engineering trust driven movement from awareness to treatment, repeatedly and predictably. Clinics that understand this stop chasing marketing tactics. They begin designing patient flow. And when patient flow becomes structured, growth stops feeling random. And then demand stops feeling fragile. The clinic moves from hopping for patients to controlling patient movement. Because in the end, clinics that rely on marketing struggle for patients. And always I've seen that a ton of times. But clinics that build systems control the demand. Hope you got me. See you next one. Hey, if you want us to close to 30 to 40 actual consultations booked for your clinic, fill the form on our website and we'll see if we can work for you.